For thousands of years, the world's most advanced builders did not look across the earth, they looked through it. By mapping the transitions from physical matter to the non-linear realms of cosmic order, they left behind a precise geometric blueprint of higher planes. What if our modern understanding of space is actually a calculated limitation? Look closely at the stone. The ancients never built for the eye, they built for the coordinate. We crawl across 3 lines of space, believing we have inherited the kingdom. We are merely prisoners of length and width. But the foundations of the ancient world whisper a different truth, a secret calculated in gold. Step inside our circle, before the ancient gates close again. Align your mind with the timeline. To understand the 5th, we must first uncover the deception of the 3rd, the material trap. Consider the point, 0 dimensions, a state of pure latency, waiting in the obsidian dark. The point awakens. It moves. It leaves a path of amber fire. The 1st dimension is born. A world of pure length, no height, no depth, a thin thread of light stretching into eternity. When that line falls sideways, it creates a surface, the 2nd dimension, the realm of shadows. Here there is no thickness. Every king, every empire is reduced to a single sheet of gold leaf. Imagine a flat being on this surface. It can only look forward or aside. It cannot look up. If a solid sphere passes through their world, they only see a line that grows, then shrinks. They call it a miracle, a ghost. They do not realize it is simply a higher body intersecting their plane. Now, lift your eyes. We are the flat beings, and our prison has 3 walls. The 3rd dimension gave us volume. It gave us the cube. It gave us our flesh. But volume requires a cost. To exist in space is to be bound by the slow decay of time. The Pythagoreans knew this. They did not swear by gods. They swore by the tetractys. 1 point, 2 points, 3, 4. The mathematical ladder that scales the dimensions of the cosmos. If you stack 4 points in space, you create the tetrahedron, the 1st solid. But where does the ladder go when the points exceed 4? Reality begins to warp. Welcome to the 4th dimension. Time is no longer a clock. It is a distance. In 3 dimensions, we can only see the present slice. The 4th dimension holds the entire line. Your birth, your youth, your dust. In the 4th dimension, they exist simultaneously, a single frozen sculpture. Plato called this the realm of forms, the perfect patterns from which all physical things are cast. How did the ancients map a space they could not touch? They used the shadows of the solids. When a hypercube rotates through the 3rd dimension, its shadow looks like a cube within a cube. Look at the layout of the ancient temples. The Holy of Holies was always a perfect cube. A cube is not just a room, it is the threshold where the fourth dimension anchors into stone. But there is a door that opens wider. The fifth dimension, the realm of pure possibility. Here, time branches. All histories, all potential timelines exist as a single, interconnected tapestry. In the fifth dimension, your choice is not a path, it is a coordinate on a cosmic matrix. Hermetic masters called this the nous, the divine mind that contains everything that was, is, or could ever be. Plato hid this mystery inside his final solid, the dodecahedron, 12 faces of five-sided symmetry. He wrote that the Creator used this shape to embroider the whole heaven. Why? Because the pentagon holds the golden ratio, the mathematical key to structural transdimensional scaling. When you collapse a five-dimensional hypersolid, it drops a dodecahedral shadow into our world. The ancients were not decorating, they were anchoring higher dimensions into the heavy stone of our plane. Think of the Great Pyramid, for instance. 4 triangular faces meeting at a fifth point, an architectural nexus. It is a machine designed to focus three-dimensional space into a singular line of higher ascent. The pyramid texts state clearly, "The king scales the sky girders." They meant the higher coordinates. Imagine looking down from the fifth dimension. The entire universe appears as a single crystalline mineral. Every moment of history is simply a static facet. Nothing is lost. Nothing is truly forgotten. Your past, your present, your potential futures are all written along the golden threads of this master form. How do we unlock this sight? The ancients left a final clue, the closure of the senses. When the three-dimensional inputs are silenced, the mind begins to perceive the higher angles. This is not magic, it is geometry. It is the sudden alignment of the internal compass. Look at the initiation chambers of Egypt. Dark, isolated, perfectly silent stone boxes. They were resonance boxes, designed to shake the soul loose from the 3 lines of space. To return to the source, one must cross the bridge of the fifth solid, the Golden Gate. Our modern world forces us to look only downward, to count the steps, to ignore the pattern. But the stone remains. The angles do not change. The higher planes are waiting. Every circle you trace, every triangle you build, is a direct prayer to the higher coordinates. They knew that architecture is frozen music, and music is the vibration that shifts the dimension. When the tone is correct, the cage of space dissolves. The three-dimensional walls crumble away. We are on the edge of a major transition. The old material paradigms are failing. Do you choose to remain inside the cube, or will you step into the golden grid? The coordinates are already locked. The ancient plan is unfolding exactly as calculated. Speak your intent in the comments below. Leave your seal before the archives are locked once more. The line has been drawn, the point has moved, the fifth dimension is no longer hidden. Look beyond the three walls. The master geometry is finally complete.